Hey guys, welcome back to Critical Flick. I'm continuing reviewing all these new pilots of these new shows coming out this fall premiere season, and today we're going to talk about Emergence on ABC. So like I said, I'm going to review a lot of these new shows that are coming out this fall. Whatever you guys are more interested in, more you're engaged in, I'll continue to review. I just want to hit on all these new shows. It's exciting having everything new coming out, so let's talk about this one. So I have to say, from the trailers, I was a little interested. It feels like a story we've heard before. You have a character who arrives out of nowhere. It's a young child and she has mysterious powers. We don't know where she came from. You know, there's an entity, there's a government entity after her, and you kind of trying to keep her away from them. But, you know, I thought this was actually pretty fresh watching it. I thought the characters were really interesting. So far, I really like Jo, who's the main character. She's played by Allison Tolman. She is a police sheriff in a small town in the Northeast. I believe it was Long Island. And I thought her character was really compelling. She's a very warm presence, who's a very good mother. She cares a lot about her child. She cares a lot about this child because she sees a lot of herself in her. She has abandonment issues. She jumps into it a little bit in this episode, but I like how she goes from this very warm motherly character to being very businesslike when she has to do her work as a police officer. And I thought she was pretty compelling. I think she's well acted as well, so I didn't go into it expecting that to be the character I really latched onto. But I think she's doing a really good job so far. As far as the girl Piper, who's played by Alexis Swinton, I think she does a really good job. Every time I see a show like this with a child actor, I get a little nervous because I don't really know what I'm going to get. It's really hard to be a good actor, especially at such a young age, but she really is pulling it off. She's a character that has something just below the surface. She reminds me almost of someone like an Eleven from Stranger Things. Maybe not on that caliber, but I think that she is pretty well acted in this episode in particular. The concept in of itself, while it does feel like something we've seen before, it feels a little bit different with her. It feels like there's something she's holding back. She isn't this hopeless character. She can defend herself. She has powers that can manipulate electricity or magnetic waves. She has a communication with some kind of force. I don't know what it is. And that's one of the things about these kind of shows is it's got that hook. It's got you hooked in. You want to know what's happening. You want to know where it's going. And I'm invested. I'm interested in these characters. And I think that I'm going to continue to watch this series. Like I said, I didn't have a ton of interest. Seeing the trailers, I thought maybe a little cheesy, network show, ABC, I don't know if they can pull it off. But I really like it. It has good elements of being very family-friendly, heartwarming, but then these little creepy sci-fi elements, especially with the last scene of the episode, that came out of left field for me. I didn't think the show was going to be as, you know, edgy as it was. Not necessarily edgy, but a little more graphic. It does things that are a little different. I thought it was going to be just all family friendly, but you can tell there's some dark side to this series. I thought the effects were pretty decent. The show probably is going to rely on a decent amount of effects because of the powers of the young girl. There's a part where they flip a vehicle, and I thought that looked pretty decent. I like how we don't know what's going on with her, and I hope that they drag it out a little bit longer. I don't want to know right away. I think that's going to be obviously the linchpin of the series, is getting to the bottom of what's going on. But like I said, I like that there is so much beneath the surface. You can't tell if this girl's in control, if she knows what's going on, if she knows who she is. Because at the end of the episode, she does something that makes you believe that she is aware of who she is or what's going on with her. But throughout the episode, she kind of keeps it quiet and keeps it aside and doesn't want people to know who she is. I also thought that the soundtrack or the score to the episode was pretty good. Sometimes these shows can have some pretty cheesy scores that kind of make it feel a little bit silly, but I thought it had a very eerie sci-fi score to it. I liked that. So far, yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. I didn't expect a lot going into it, but then after watching the first episode, I'm pretty hooked, and I definitely want to see where it goes from here. All right, guys, so what did you think of Emergence on ABC? Did you like it as much as I did? Are you invested in it? Where do you think it's going? Do you think that she was held captive by some government agency? Do you think she's an alien? I mean, there's so many directions this show can go, and it reminds me almost something of like a midnight special, or even if you go like something like Smallville. I know obviously that's Superman, but it's the same concept of a kid coming from somewhere. People want to find out who he is, find out who she is, what her abilities are. So yeah, I'm interested. What do you guys think are your theories on the series? And again, thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and see you guys next time.